Good evening and welcome. Whether you're watching live or on replay, thank you for joining me. I'm Sheila Balgobin and I am the newly dubbed the Dream Decipherer. And I help people to sleep better and to use the power of their dreams to create their dream lives. Now, prior to the end of year holidays, I have been talking about name changes and making um, some changes in my business, and that's culminated in a new plan for a new me. In this new year, I don't believe in resolutions. I believe in making plans with specific steps. The first thing I had to do in order to be space with my business was to change and expand my vision of myself, which entailed a name change as it happened, not a personal name change, but a business name change. And the reason for that was that, as I say, I'm expanding my definition of myself and what I do. And one of the things that I'll be doing is speaking more, including hopefully in the States later this year, which will be nice. I'll be able to get home and see folks. But as because as a direct result of that thinking, I had to think about changing how I identified myself. And the reason for that is that there's a woman who uses the name the Dream Detective in the States, and I'm not paying her 40 grand or getting into any legal entanglements by using the same name. So I had to really give some hard thought to how I could change my identity without changing myself. And that's important. We should never have to, just because we're changing our name, doesn't mean we should change necessarily who we are. So after casting around and getting assistance from friends, my coaches, and what have you, I came up with the name the Dream Decipherer. And actually, in reflecting on all of this woman actually did me a favor because my new name and identity is actually more accurate in terms of what I do. I don't hunt down dreams like a detective. I decipher them, I decode them, and help people to learn how to do that for themselves. So there was the name change that had to come, but there was also the preparatory work, laying the groundwork, working on a new website, which means I had to create new material to go on it. I'm not creating it this time. I'm paying somebody to do it. I just need to be able to focus on what I do best, which is to work with people's dreams and give them sleep. So it entailed me taking the plunge and act this for years, and kind of teased around it for a while and almost thought I found somebody, but something always held me back. And now I understand why, because now that I found the people that I needed to be working with, and as it happens, there were no coaches at all, and then they came like buses. I got two. But it's about balance, and one coach is male and one coach is female, and although they're working on different aspects of my business, they're dovetailing very, very well. Whereas my male coach is helping me to um, create the framework for my business and to be able to create the kind of web that I need. My female coach is actually helping me to do work, the emotional and even spiritual work that is the under of my business. And it has always been that way, and it needs to stay that way because that is who I am. Even though there's a new me going on, a new permutation of who Sheila Balkobin is, I am not changing who I am. I am not the essence of who I am, and what I do remains the same. And that's the thing about changing names or changing our identity in some way. It's how we interact with the world. It's how people see us and we see ourselves. So changing a name is really, really essential. Now, you may have noticed that in the corner of this broadcast, that is my new logo for my new business, or my revamped business, rather. It's not new, it's revamped. And um, it took me a while, and a bit of advice and a bit of playing around with different logos, but I'm really pleased now with what I've come up with, because, as I said, it actually speaks better to who I am than my prior title. So it's a journey. It starts kicking off a lot of new projects this year, or several new projects this year. The first of which is, as I say, speaking more. And I will be at the Dating and Relationship Conference in February, on February 9th, at the Holiday Inn in Kensington High Street. Now, it will be an interesting talk. I will be talking about the real reason why we dream of our exes. It should prove to be a very lively discussion, I'm sure. But that's just the first stage of the new me that's evolving and becoming more of the person that I want to be, and more of the have the business that I wish to have. But I still have to do the work. I still have to create the material. I still have to get out there and speak with people, and to present my business and myself. And there are plans, again, not resolutions, plans, definite plans with definite steps to get me to that point. So as this new year's rolls out, what are you doing to make it a new and a new year and a new you? Is it, yes, I commit to go to the gym, and then you do it for a few weeks, and then that's it. Or the gym equipment sits in the attic or wherever it is, because you've lost interest or don't have time anymore. Now, as I said, it's not about making resolutions, it's about making plans. You're much more likely to accomplish something if you see the progression, if you create a plan and actually look at the progression, the steps towards getting to that goal. It's like the old joke about how do you eat an elephant? And the tagline is one bite at a time. You can't do it all at once, and make a success of it. Break it down into chunks, and then you go from one chunk to the next, to the next, to the next, and then eventually everything gets done. The trouble is that we want instant gratification. And I've been working 5 years to get to this point with my business. So it was a process. Some people can get into a business and blow everyone out of the water immediately, but the vast majority of us have to work at it. And it usually takes 4 to 5 years to get to the point where you're actually uh, your business is actually developed to the point of being viable. And it's taken this long and some difficult days and nights to get to this point. So I truly appreciate that. Yes, through stumbling along, I managed to get this far. But now I needed to make a change, and commit to having the people around me to make my dreams come true. Instead of working to make other people's dreams come true, I'm now working to make mine come true. And the difference in attitude, the difference in perspective, is what's making the new me. The new years come and go, but the new me is something that I have created. That's something that uh, is coming from me, as opposed to being imposed on me. And that has been the great difference, is really pulling out or showing what is within, rather than trying to fix it and pretty it up or change it to suit others. This is who I am, and this is how it needs to be. So I would challenge you to think about as this new year evolves, what are you committing to? And what steps are you taking to get there? What goals have you set? If it's to lose 20 pounds or 3 stone at the gym, or to walk more, or to eat healthier, whatever it is, do you have a plan? Because failure to plan is planning to fail. End of. And if you don't believe me, try setting up a business without a plan and see how far you get. Anyway, I leave those thoughts with you, and I hope that as your new year progresses, that it is the way you want it to be, the way you desire it to be, and it's getting you where you wish to go. As I said, in the coming days and months, there will be new initiatives and new projects that I will be implementing, and you, dear viewers, will be part of that. So stay tuned. It's going to be an interesting ride, starting with my February 9th conference, at a talk at the Dating and Relationships Conference. Thank you so much for watching and listening, whether you're watching live or watching on replay. And I wish you a great evening, a fantastic week ahead to come. And if you have any questions, you can contact me for a free consultation on the link below. You can also just drop me some love hearts, or some other emojis, or just a comment. Thanks again. Have a great evening, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.